Hello and welcome. This is a new show, a new live stream. Hopefully, if this is successful, we'll be able to get our guest back. This is the Marcus Allen Frishman show, the Marcus Allen Frishman live stream. This is it. And we've got the name of the show is Marcus Allen Frishman. This is who is he? He's eccentric. He's an eccentric gentleman. He is larger than life. What more can we say there? You are a lifestyle man. I saw photos of you in your younger day. You had matinee idol looks, movie star looks. Where did it all go there? Where did it all go? And you're a man who's enjoyed several Porsches. You've enjoyed the good life, luxury living. Without further ado, let's get Marcus to introduce himself. Hello, Marcus.
ArchieLuxury, thank you for having me. And the introduction was beyond amazing. And because you forgot to say amazing, also,
yes,
my many attributes. And let's tell people to not confuse narcissism with overconfidence. That's very important at the beginning of this display of.
Yes, because narcissists have no empathy.
That's right.
No empathy. It's we've got our first super chat, which is we'll never turn down a super chat from Patel Philippe, $5. Marcus.
Look at that.
How is Sir Walter? I fondly remember him on the show years ago. I believe he was potty training back then. Now, Sir Walter is your dog.
He is. You know, I apologize for the artificial background today. We'll figure out how to remove that next time. My dog is named Mr. Bueller. And he came to me on a plane on my birthday, July 21st, 4+ years ago. Mr. Bueller was, let's just say, a monster. So after about 9 months, after I fully trained him, I put him on Prozac as a behavior modification drug, and it lasted for 2 years. I took him off, and he is almost perfect now, behavior modified, no longer a monster or annoying. And I would show you him right now, but we have this background that's preventing that, and I apologize for the technical.
What breed of dog is he?
He's a Labrador Retriever, purebred. You know, I wanted to get a dog at the pound, but 43 rescues denied me a dog after full application, and 6 of them visited my home. They said, this guy can't have a dog. And I've had one dog all my life, and 1 cat. I'm not old enough, of course, to have 5 dogs, but I've had 4, and I was denied. There's a Facebook post to prove it. I was denied by 43. I wear it as a badge of honor. 43 rescues, 6 of which actually physically went as far as showing up to my residence. And I was denied for every one of them for the same reason, except one. They had a different reason. And they said, he needs 2 dogs. A dog needs a dog. And they wouldn't give me 1 dog. They wanted to give me 2, so they denied me. So I had to go to a breeder. I'm against breeders. But I went, and I did get Mr. Bueller.
Hey, that's fantastic. We've got another super chat coming in. Patel Philippe, $2. Marcus, does a gentleman ever ask another man's age?
Oh, one never asks a gentleman his age, Archie. One should never lie about your age, ever. I have never lied. But if you ask me my age, I have a response. It's one never asks a gentleman his age. It just shouldn't be done. Besides, I may have forgotten it by now, having not actually said my age in a number of years.
We've got another super chat. Doc BTW, $2. Just me. You two could be brothers from another mother.
These people are my heroes. But come on, Doc, double the 2 and it's 4.
Now, I want to ask you a couple questions there. Let's ask a couple questions of our fabulous guest here. I want to ask you, let's get a couple questions going here. Firstly, I wanted to ask you, how many Porsches have you had?
6.
What ones were they?
I started with, I went away from BMW and I got into a convertible Mercedes briefly, which matched my college year car. And that was 2001.
What was your college year car?
For 50 SL Mercedes and a BMW. And before that in high school, I had a Nissan Z.
Yeah.
But I had this beautiful 2001 Mercedes convertible, the SLK. Now,
I love that car. I love it.
It was red. I have pictures of it downstairs I can bring up. The car was beautiful and fun, but it was underwhelming and it was very commonplace. And frankly, it was low cost. So I decided a man of my stature needs to, that was a girly car. So I had to get a man's car. So I went into the Porsche dealer in 2004 with my 2001. I traded it in. It was on lease. It was a leased Mercedes. I remember I had to pay $26,000 to get out of the lease in 2001. Hand them the keys with a check of $26,000. I'll never forget that check. It was the largest check I had ever singly written for any car. And I handed them the check of $26,000, the keys to my 2001, pretty good condition, had somewhat high mileage.
I would have kept it. Why didn't you just keep the fucking thing?
20 cents or 25 cents a mile. And I believe I may have had almost 100,000 miles and the math didn't play out. So I could pay the mileage fee. It was a lease, or pay the payoff fee, which was pretty high because I wanted to get the Porsche. So I took the Porsche out.
What Porsche did you get?
It was the anniversary edition. I stand to be corrected on the number. I believe it was 1,950 plus models made in the world. It was a Boxer, but it was the anniversary edition. So essentially, it was the Boxer on steroids.
I love the Boxster. I love the Boxster.
They gave it the 911 silver. They gave it the chocolate gray interior. They put a little plaque on it to say how many were handmade in the world. They upped the price from, I think the Boxer was going for under 50, and this was selling at 62 with a sticker markup above that. So I took that car out and I leased it, converted the lease to a loan in 2 years. I kept it longer than any car I'd ever kept in my life, 6 years. It was brand new. And I traded it in for a Cayman in gray. I traded that in for a Cayman in yellow. I traded that in for a Cayman in red. And then the Cayman in red, which I was perfectly happy with, it was still on warranty. I had it only about 2 years when the famous atmospheric river that hit Los Angeles, California about 3 years ago self-created the destruction of that car. I had it towed to Beverly Hills Auto Body. Good old Maury says to me, Marcus, it's $74,000 in repairs. And under the California law, if you hit 50% or more of value, they can total it. They totaled it, and they cut me a check for $78,000. And I went on a hunt for another car. So I bought a 911, my first red 911, and that is the car I have now.
And that's a the 911 you have. That's a C2.
No, it's a base 911, but it
Yeah,
is
that is the base model. That is the base. I think the
Oh, I'm
C2 is the
sorry.
base. So it's a manual or automatic?
It's
PDK.
it's PDK, but understand something about a Porsche. The PDK
Yeah,
of the Porsche actually
it's fucking good.
it has two working clutches, double clutch.
Yes, it's a dual clutch. Actually,
It is not like
it
an
is.
electronic switch
No.
like all these other PDKs.
No. I just got to catch up on these super chats quickly. Patel Philippe, $10. Marcus, you named your previous dog after the famous Sir Walter Raleigh, whose only claim to fame was being a gentleman.
Yes.
And your new dog after Archie's favorite 80s movie. What's his name?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off was one of my favorite movies, so I named my current pal Mr. Bueller.
It was a shame they didn't use a real Ferrari in the movie, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but they had 3 fake ones that looked pretty good as I read the background. And my previous dog, Sir Walter Raleigh, matches the name of the painting in my dining room, which if you look him up, he's only known for being a gentleman. He is known for when the Queen visited the colonies, he took his cape off. Men wore capes. I wish that would come back. And he threw it on the water puddle, and she walked over the water puddle and proceeded to later knight him. And that is the only thing Sir Walter Raleigh really is known for in history.
We have got Patel Philippe, $5. Marcus, are you still stunting with the gold sub? Archie's been buying shitters lately. Please clown on him. What are you wearing? Show us what you're wearing.
Yeah, today I remember trying to buy the gold sub from Archie. That was a classic moment because I was in the Philippines. I lowballed him. I sent an email. I was a serious buyer. And I said, Archie, how about whatever it was, the number? And apparently, unbeknownst to me, he went mad on a live video, actually tried to track me down, called me this scammer American in the Philippines and in America. And it was an exciting moment. I never did buy his watch. He sold it at full price to some other one.
So you've got a bit of Filipino in you yourself?
No, I'm a pure American, born in Chicago, moved to California.
Sure. Oh, I thought you had a bit of Filipino in you.
No, I was forced to go to the Philippines in 2003 by virtue of my.
I love the Philippines, but side note, the Filipinos are cool people. Please.
Well, I lived there 4 months a year since 2023, and from 23 to 2008, it was an official job. I was called the ambassador to the Philippines. I was not the ambassador, but that's what they called me.
Now, what is your what you're wearing? What are you wearing on your wrist? Let's have a look today.
I'm wearing something very special today. I am wearing the glass shoot original. Q, what do they call it? The Q.
Oh, the CQ.
CQ. Sorry. And I am wearing.
That's a beautiful watch. That's actually quite gorgeous.
I believe this watch may be.
Yeah, I love it.
I wish the blue would come out. It's a gorgeous.
Yeah,
blue.
no. That's and. Do you have a gold sub at all? Do you what?
I do.
Do you have
I have the 18 karat gold sub bluesy in like new condition that I bought 10 years ago, and it is a 1991 year model.
Oh, so you do have a gold sub now. Do you like it?
I bought it. What it seems like it's 10 years. I bought it right after you refused my offer. I like it. I wear it. Yeah, I wear it regularly. This particular watch is so underrated. I think it may be one of the most beautiful diver watch faces made, and certainly we know the glass shoot manufacturing is well.
It's fantastic for a German watch. They're an amazing. I've got another super chat. Patel Philippe, $2. Is Sir Walter Breguet material from Certi Danny? I've been heavily buying Breguets. What do you think of Breguet as a brand?
Oh, I love it, but I don't. Archie, at some point, you either have to stop buying. I have to stop buying, or I have to buy everything. And I'm not sure what the crossroad is, but I don't have one yet. It's on the list. I think my Lex watch is a Zenith. I
Yeah,
don't know
Zenith
which
makes
one.
good stuff.
I like 3 of them. I don't know which one. I've never owned a Zenith. Here's what I do, Archie. Notwithstanding the fact I have several Rolexes, several Omegas, blah, blah, blah. A long time ago, I decided on the watch collection, it was about the next brand. So I tried to diversify my collection by I got to check the box. I got to have the other brand.
Yes.
And I do a fair
No.
amount.
We've got another super chat. This is from Bear Clooney Watches. Marcus, how is Miss Winky? Is she too old for you now? She must be 22 or 23 now.
No, Miss Winkle. There she is. There's my girl, Miss Winkle. Can we see her?
She's gorgeous.
Well, she's lovely. Now, I should tell you, let me put this down. She's changed in looks because she came to California. She got a job here. She came on her own. I didn't get her a visa. And she had her own visa. And here is her current look. Although not fond of the brown hair, that is now Miss Winkle at 28 years old.
Do you visit Miss Winkle? Are you friends?
Yes.
Or?
This is a picture I took in Los Angeles, Long Beach, California, while she was off work at the restaurant. She transferred to Florida, and she's waiting for me essentially to retire, which I think is going to be 2027, January 1.
You're going to retire? You're still a young man. How could you retire?
Retire to me means stop working. So I will stop and cease my company called the Math Group, a team of attorneys, CPAs, and lobbyists helping people get out of trouble. And I will leave California, and Miss Winkle and I, unless something happens in that relationship, Miss Winkle and I will join up and live our life together forever.
Would you have children with Miss Winkle?
We've talked about that, and I've decided to leave that decision up to her. Luckily for me, she's not overwhelmingly thrilled to have children, but I put the adoption option on the table as well because she's not getting any younger.
Well, that's enough personal information there. Let's have a look here. We've got a super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. Please pull up the email Glasshoot original sent to you, Arch. I sent to your WhatsApp in case you weasel out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to read this because it's from Tan. It said, "Dear ArchieLuxury, our CEO." This is from Glasshoot, because I did a video where I expressed some disdain about a warranty issue on a CQ.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. And they kind of came back to me, and this is what they said. They said, "Our CEO, a watchmaker himself, has become aware of your YouTube video. We can absolutely understand your displeasure about the way your friend has been treated, although not the tone that was used in the video. We therefore politely request clarifying conversation to discuss the matter together and resolve it. Thank you for your feedback and send our best regards from Glasshoot." Okay, Sean.
Were you going to buy this one?
There. So
the Glasshoot?
No, I had a friend who's got one in California who had an issue with the crown threading coming undone, and I was a little bit unhappy with the way they I was a little bit unhappy with some of the customer service skills. Okay, we've got another super chat. Kangaroo, $5. Hello, Archie and panel. How is Glasshoot original warranty and customer service? Asking for a good friend of mine. So basically what happened is a friend of mine has a Glasshoot. He had a CEQ like yours, and he's in Hollywood. The threading had come undone. And it was 2 years, 6 months. It was 2 years, 3 months. It was a couple months out of warranty. And they basically said, it's not warranty and you need to service the whole thing. And I said to them, I thought that was a little bit ungentlemanly. That's what I said. I said it was ungentlemanly not to honor the warranty. And they kind of took a bit of offense. But just before we go on, I've got another super chat from the Bear Clooney. What you showed us your watch. I will show you my watch. I'm wearing a special watch today because I am going to Geneva, Switzerland. I'm flying on Monday. And I'm wearing my watch. This here is da-da. See if we can get this thing to focus. Come on, focus. There we go. That's a Patek Philippe World Time. That's my Patek Philippe World Time. So this is white gold, and I am taking that. You can see I'm currently in Shenzhen. I'm in the border for Hong Kong, and I can adjust the time. I can adjust it for my trip to Switzerland. I'm actually going to Helsinki first, and then I'm going, I think it's Paris time for Switzerland. Switzerland uses Paris time.
Oh, it's a
so there you go. That's my world time, which I got to be honest with you. Look, I'm not made of money. It was either this. I had a terrible robbery. I don't know if you know the story. I don't want to dwell on it because
I know about it.
Yeah, I had everything stolen, but I have worked I've worked and I borrowed some money off my mortgage, HELOC, and I bought it. But it was either a world time or a gold sub. You can't always have everything. And I chose this. I love this watch. I think it's just in white gold. This is just
it's gorgeous.
I think
it's a dress.
It's
watch.
Understated.
You can put that on a boat or on a tuxedo, anything you wear. It's beautiful.
It is. I love that watch. So that's the watch. However, let me just say this to you. I've also bought a few Breguets because, in all honesty, I've now gone for bigger. I'm not losing the weight, Marcus. The weight is not going down. And I've gone for bigger watches. And one brand that I've really gone into, I will actually show you the collection here, Marcus. Let's have a quick, squizzy, busy look. So this was actually, I'm going to show you this first photo here. And this here was actually the watches. This was pre-burglary. See, this was, I had 4 Pateks at the back row. The only watch in this photo that survived was the Explorer 2 because I was wearing it. Everything else was stolen. So
I have
now
the front row of your watch collection, not your back row.
Yeah, and now I'll show you what the current collection I've worked hard to replace. I've got a different emphasis now. I've got, if you look at the back row, 3 rose gold Breguets and a rose gold master compressor. We've got the Patek in the front, the Bluesy, and we've got 2 chronographs, the Zenith Open Heart and the Moon, Man on the Viking Moon. That was actually given to me by friends after the burglary. Really good friends chipped in and bought that. Yeah, that's so I've tried to claw my way back. It's a different type of collection. The one thing I will say is that I really do with the Breguets themselves there. I'll be honest with you, in all honesty, I do adore Breguet, and that's in that box. That's my automatic. The white dial is the enamel dial automatic, which is just, that's kind of my dress type. That's my 3 Breguets there. You got the traditional 7057. We've got the Type 21, which is a 42 mil chunky monkey, and then we've got the 7147, which is the enamel dial automatic. So very much
Do you miss your JLC?
Well, I've got the master compressor. I actually managed to get it back, but I had some personal tragedy in my family. One of my sons has passed away. So I actually, look, in all honesty, you know what? If the biggest regret in life is selling a few watches, life ain't that bad, is it? A car or a watch. You know what? It is fabulous if you can. Now, we've got a clip. The Bear Clooney has got me. He wants me to play a clip. I'm going to play this clip. Let me just get it ready. I'm going to play this clip for our audience. This is Bear Clooney, $2. Please play link I sent you in WhatsApp. Okay, let's get this up on the screen now. I'm going to play this link. Here we go. And let's see what we think of this here. Here we go. It's one of your videos, Marcus. Go.
2, 3.
Threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked to you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, red jeans, skin was showing, hot night wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Yeah, it's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number. So call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number. So call me maybe. And call me. That was holding red jeans, skin was.
Set it up. Archie, something critical in that video that is not obvious except for the very observant. There is a ghost that makes its appearance behind me by shadow at some point at the halfway, three-quarter point, if you watch it slowly. I didn't know that until comments told me.
I can see the ghost. Bear Clooney watches $2. Fuckface, you ignored my super chat. No, we've just played it, Bear. So I've got to tell you something. With the watches there, I got to tell you this. I really do love unusual shit. I'm not a hype collector. Okay, I'm not a hype. I am somebody who I like to collect things which are kind of special. And I got to be honest with you, Breguet. This is the other Breguet I got with me here. This is the
Beautiful.
This is the Breguet. Oops, got the wrong one. There's the Breguet on the screen there. Look at that. That's rose gold. I mean, fuck. Look at that coin edging. It's just a beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It may be your most.
I mean, retail, big money on the secondary market. It's less than a steel Submariner. You know, on the second-hand market, less than a steel Rolex Submariner. I mean, bargain. Tell me this.
You don't ever buy what people in the collector realm call junk watches. I love them. Look at this one. This is a Ralph Lauren. Now, we're going to get the haters. I get you. I have 100 watches. I have beautiful luxury brands. I love this watch. The Polo Horse in green on the junk watch. And it's very hard to find this watch with the metal bracelet. I love this watch.
How much was that?
Trying to remember. It's still on the website, but you can't get it with the bracelet, even though it's shown in the picture with the bracelet. I think it was 2,000, give or take.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the Polo watch, I don't hate that. Actually, that's something I kind of like it.
They do one with a polo teddy bear. He's no
teddy bear, because you know they charge so much more money for their teddy bear clothing. Anything with a teddy bear is such a premium. You know that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I have the teddy bear sweater, blue with the teddy.
Yes. Have you been married before? Can I ask you this? Have you been married before?
No, I've never been married. yet.
You were never foolish enough to be married.
Well, my married friends have said that. I do desire to be married, and I've been engaged 5 times.
Very, very wise. So tell me this, in your own case, I would describe you as a gentleman. Would you agree with that?
Oh, definitely.
Are you a cad?
Well, I can be. I have to put that on. It doesn't come too naturally.
You can be a cad? What is the difference between a cad and a gentleman?
Well, I'm more of a pompous individual, but I wear it as a badge of honor, Archie. Being pompous is a good thing.
I think you are a role model. It's taken me you're like cheese. You know that aged cheese,
Yes.
right? It's not for a younger audience who would appreciate it, right? Because it's not sweet. But as time gets on, it's like a good wine or a good whiskey. A good whiskey, by the way, I've just run out. I was drinking this Macallan 12 single malt, beautiful. That's a fucking good whiskey. I tell you what, that is a fucking good whiskey. You know what? It takes time to appreciate it. So in your case there, you really are a gentleman, really. I think you're a gentleman. You're not a bad guy.
I think not.
Would you join a selective club?
Well, all right. Very glad you asked. I was president of a selective club. And let me tell you what happened. So my college career, I went to Yale, Harvard, Pepperdine University, Moore Park Community College, and ultimately graduated from the University of Southern California. When I was at Harvard, I was invited, pardon me, I said Harvard, I'm getting confused. When I was at Yale, I was invited to become the stand-in acting president of the Harvard WASP Dinner Club. The WASP Dinner Club. Now, if you know my background, I ain't a WASP. But my first order of business was to appoint...
It's okay. But that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay.
But wait till you hear what I did. I appointed the vice president, because the president of the WASP, Yale WASP Dinner Club, does that. I appointed, and I don't usually identify people by the color of their skin, but I will here today. I appointed the most distinguished black student I could find, and his name was Richard. And I loved Richard because he'd wear a tie and a polo shirt every day to class. I didn't know him well, but I knew he'd be my vice president the moment I met him. And we began the dinner club, which I converted to lunches. So we changed the name. It became the 11:30 Lunch Club. So that's I also at USC became president and founder of the Junior Bohemian Secret Society at USC. And we did things that were fun, like we had 3 women members for every male member. And we did things like Glitz and Glitter Weekend in New York City. We did blue collar dinner, where we went to a bowling alley and certainly didn't bowl, but we would have, let's just say, food related to the middle class, and enjoy our day at the bowling alley.
Lower middle class.
Of course. We had to humble ourselves, but it was an actual event.
Oh, just very quickly, Bear Clooney watches $5. Fuckface, we want to listen to your not your stupid, autistic, repetitive garbage. Oh, we want to listen to your guest. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bear. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you know, Bear's paying, so Bear gets to say, I figure.
Yes. Okay, so how did your family, if you don't mind me, now that you've brought up the class question, how did your family get into the higher classes?
Well, I think it was self-proclaimed when I was born. Okay. Now, this goes back to being born in Chicago. And I, as you may or may not know, and I don't say it publicly much, but I'll say it here, so you brought it up, I'm adopted. So
Okay.
I've learned that blood is a poor excuse to be friends. That blood has no meaning in regards to love, relationships, and honor to people. Because my parents were not blood, and I had the best parents in the world. And my dad was hardworking, came from Chicago, came to LA, established a business, and he did well, you know, and he didn't teach me the work ethic. I got to tell you that. I kind of lucked out, but I do my best to honor his, you know, commitment to his work ethic and the way he ran his life and what he taught me. But it was my mother that was the greatest influence. And she said something to me years ago, two things that have governed my philosophy and have been a key to success. One, she said, boast, be boastful, brag, let everyone you know your great attributes, and the ones that aren't so great, tell them they are anyway. Because if you don't do it, no one will do it, and you won't become successful. You'll be lost. You can't rely on anyone else but yourself to promote yourself. And that's what she said. The second thing she said to me that resonated was, it was better to be loved than to be right. And she said, you take that advice and apply it to all circumstances in relation to—
It's better to be loved than right.
Loved than to be right. And in a simple scenario, your girlfriend wants to go to the movie. You want to go to a different movie. You just say, okay, we'll go to the movie you want, and hate every minute of it. Because the true definition of love is doing something you hate, something you don't want to do, something that is just solely for the other person. People say all the time, love is dedicated to compromise. Oh, we get along because we agree. You know, I can agree with my neighbor. I can compromise with the asshole across the street. But love is when you do something you hate, don't want to do it, and you do it for the other person completely selfishly. That is the key to my mother's philosophy. It's better to be loved than to be right. And that philosophy, I gave you the example of how it applies to love and relationships. I've been very successful in relationships, long-term, non-contentional since college. I'm not married, but I'm good in relationships. So that is my mother's tip to the world today. 2 tips.
Are your parents alive still?
Dead.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. 2010 and 11.
Oh, I see. We've got another super chat. Bear Clooney watches $2. Do you have reserved table at Hooters?
Now, you know, Bear Clooney must be following the philosophy to never ask a question he doesn't know the answer of, because I suspect he's done some poking around. I not only had a table at Hooters, they put my name on it in a brass plaque. It was once stolen, and I put a reward out for it. That Hooters has since been closed, but I will tell you this. When they put that in, and I went there on Sunday, I said to the manager, what's this? They had a little ceremony. And he said, you know, sir, I have to tell you, Marcus, no one in the world has their name on a table but you. There are guests and owners, franchise owners, that have put their name on the table, on the bar, but you are the only person in the world with your name dedicated on a plaque fixed to the table. I said, wow, what do I deserve this honor for? And he says to me, you're kind and good to essentially, I can't quote him, good to the girls, good to the servicers. And I said, well, I don't tip large. I come alone. It happened to be my alone eating place. Why is that? You don't do business at Hooters. It's too noisy. You don't bring your girlfriend to Hooters. And besides, the people that like food hate the chicken wings. I love the wings. I went there on Sundays alone. I'm a 15% tipper. I don't bring anybody. I couldn't understand this, but they did it. They honored me, and I was so grateful. I increased my tipping, I will tell you that, to 20%. In intermittently moving forward.
Well done.
And I posted the picture on my Facebook. It may be one of the public pictures, so I think that's why your friend brought it up. He saw the picture, the 2 Hooters girls sitting on the Hooters table with my name plastered in the brass plaque.
We've got another super chat. Patel Philippe, $2. Marcus, were Marcus were a Yale Winfenpoof.
What's
Were you a Yale Winfenpoof?
I don't know what a Yale Winfenpoof is, but I will tell you this.
Did you finish your degree at Yale?
No. So my degree.
What made you not finish at Yale?
I'll explain. So I went to Moore Park Community College, and in California, when you go to community college, after 2 years, you can get a degree there or not and transfer to a four-year institution. So I went to Moore Park College. I focused on law enforcement, of all things. The police chief of a big city of Carson was my teacher, and he taught me, got a degree in administration of justice with an emphasis in law enforcement. Very odd thing, but it was fun for me anyway. I transferred to Pepperdine University because it was 9 miles away from my home, although I would be living on Pepperdine University in Malibu, California. I lived in Calabasas as a kid growing up, went to Agoura High School, middle school there, and I hated Pepperdine. I went there because it was a conservative Christian school. I'm not Christian, but I thought it would be a good place to be. For reasons I won't go into, I hated it. I hated living there. I hated everything about it at every level. I transferred to the University of Southern California, which was in downtown Los Angeles, not quite as nice as Malibu. And I got an apartment and I moved in. And while I was at USC studying politics and psychology, I was invited to apply to both different times, I'll tell the story together, to apply to Yale and Harvard as a transfer student. They were recruiting people to be undergraduates and be transferred and then go there and stay there. Well, I would never stay there. I'm not much for the snow or the cold weather. I like hot. So I went there for their program for us to get to know each other. It was a semester program, and I went there and I studied at Yale, and then I went back to USC. Then I went to Harvard, studied there, went back to USC. Then I got admitted to the University of Pittsburgh's cruise ship. My mother wouldn't let me go. I got admitted to Oxford. My mother wouldn't let me go. And I went back to USC and went to the Washington, D.C. campus program and studied and worked in Washington, D.C. Then went back to USC, graduated, and that's my story. So no, I was never a completed student at Yale or Harvard or Pepperdine.
Interesting. So did your parents help pay for this tuition, or?
Yeah, they paid for all of the tuition. I wasn't working. Yes. I like to say that I never moved out.
You had a master's. Do you have a master's degree or a bachelor's degree?
I have some master's classes, but I didn't finish my master's degree. I have law school classes. I didn't finish my law school degree. I just have a simple BA and an associate arts degree. It's in political science.
There's nothing wrong with a BA.
No, I have a BA, and
what's wrong with that? That's a generalist. You're a generalist.
Yeah, it's in political science and a minor.
There's nothing wrong with that. We've got another super chat. Patel Philippe Bear Clooney watches $2. Are lunches the most important thing in life? By the way, you know where I'm going?
What?
You know where I am going very shortly today?
No.
I am staying with my friend here. She's a member of the Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt Club, and we're going to the best Italian restaurant in China. Now that may sound ridiculous, right? How could a Chinese Grand Hyatt have the best? Well, it does have the best Italian food. So I'm actually going to get ready for it. I wanted to ask you, are lunches the most important thing in life? In my opinion, they are. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe.
I think this Bear Clooney is reading my bio somewhere. I govern my entire life by lunches. I have lost clients because they won't do lunch meetings. I don't work in.
I want to ask you. Okay, so this was actually my very trendy no tie shirt. For this lunch, should I wear a tie or no tie?
Oh, I'd put on a tie and a jacket. It's China. It's old school. It's the best restaurant, and I would do that, Archie.
So how about a blue shirt with French cuts?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'll do it now. We're amongst friends here.
Right on camera, are you, Archie?
We're amongst friends here, aren't we?
We may get excluded from some rule at.
No, we won't.
We won't.
I'm just getting dressed for the show. Okay, we're getting dressed for the show. So you honestly believe you should wear you think lunches are the most important thing in life? Are they more important than a Porsche?
I govern my day by lunches. I do nothing until I get to lunch, and I work at lunches. I work in restaurants. I meet clients and friends. I do lunch between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock every day. Sometimes a little bit later, maybe 1:30 to 3:30. And I do it every day. I eat 14 meals out a week, but I got to tell you, the lunch is critical to my life and business.
Tell me this. What do you think of French cuffs?
I personally don't use French cuffs unless I'm in a tuxedo. I think it's overstated. I think it's overused. There's nothing wrong with just a standard cuff. I'm not a French cuff guy.
You're not a French cuff guy. Why is that?
I just don't think it goes well with suits. Just my personal look. I had a boss that wore French cuffs every day, and I have 2 sets of cufflinks my dad gave me, and I have a shirt that is one shirt that is French cuffs. It's my tuxedo shirt.
Yes. Well, you need to have
I'll tell you this. Anyone that wears French cuffs, it's a signal that they really care about the way they dress. I may personally believe you don't need to do that, but it's an obvious signal. I care what I wear. I'm somebody important, and I'm somebody to reckon with, and because I'm wearing French cuffs. You know, it's a thing. I just don't partake in it. That's all.
We've got another super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No mo. What's he saying?
I don't know. I didn't understand the last message either about the Yale Yale terminology. I guess you have to graduate.
We got Swinging Kangaroo, $5. You need to go get the plaque bat. Hooters about to go bankrupt soon. One of my Archieverse goal this year is dinner with Bear at Ford Field.
You know, they say Los Angeles is the second largest city in the world. They're wrong. It's really the largest if you take LA County into perspective. It's 2 hours to get across this city. We have 14 million people in the county of Los Angeles, which is often confused with the city. And we have 52 cities here, okay? 53, whatever it is. It's big. Don't let New York fool you. So the reason I bring that up is there were 4 Hooters in Los Angeles area. There is now one Hooter, and I hear it's about to close. And each Hooters, I had to drive further and further away from where I'm at. I'm in the suburbs of Los Angeles, so I would naturally go to the Thousand Oaks Hooters, closed. Then, okay, I'll go to the Burbank Hooters, closed. Then, okay, I'll go to the Southgate Hooters. Boy, that's one hell of a drive across the other side of Los Angeles, closed. So I think there's one in...
Okay, we need to pick a tie. We need to pick a tie now. So let's have a look. We've got this one.
Oh, I like that one. That's excellent.
We've got this one.
That blends very well, I say.
We've got this one. It's got gray with the blue.
That one, I don't like that one.
We've got this one.
Oh, that's respectable. But I think the first 2 are the best because they have...
Well, we got this one.
Oh, that's very nice. I think that one's classy.
Okay, we'll go with classy.
Is the jacket a blazer?
It's a suit.
Oh, okay. No, that's nice. I mean,
okay, we'll try it. I'll do it now. Okay. The thing I want to ask you. Okay, we've got another super chat coming in here. We got a super chat. We got Uzi's Playhouse, $10. Stop screwing me over, Arch. Stop screwing me over.
Yeah. Oh, he's generous.
Archie. Now, actually, today is because it's. I'm not having any other guests on. It's just me and Marcus because it's the Marcus Allen Frishman live stream. So I'm just we're trying a new thing, and I wanted to make sure that he fits in very, very well. Tell me this. So it's no offense, Uzi. I'm just telling you honestly what I'm doing. I don't know if you like my half Windsor knot. It's a half Windsor. What do you think of that knot?
Oh,
You can always tell a man by the knot he chooses. What do you think of that knot?
Half Windsor's
How
good.
is that knot? It's a nice. I like it's a half Windsor knot. I don't like those dweeby knots. You know, dweeby knots?
No, I don't like them. Now, when I do my half Windsor, I do a, what would it be called? A indentation, a dimple in the not under the knot in the tie. I happen to do that. That's just
well, we got a super chat here. Boris the Third, PhD, $2. Italian suits, British suits, or Brooks Brothers? I would say all of the above.
Oh no! Well, no, Brooks Brothers. All of my suits.
That's New York. Brooks Brothers is New York.
It's fabulous. It's traditional. I buy my Brooks Brothers at the outlet, so we can get. In fact, they're exactly the same suit that I used. That
so
I have.
We got a choice of jackets. We can have a pinstripe or
I love pinstripes. I only wear pinstripes except for blue blazers.
We'll take the pinstripe then. If that's the case.
That's
we'll
it. Oh, we show pictures of Mr.
We'll take the pinstripe.
There's
the dog.
There's Mr. Bueller. Like I say, if my background would disappear, I would show you him physically in the room with me. I won't have this background next time, but that's Mr. Bueller if anyone cares.
There we go. See, we've got the. Look at that. What more do you want? A pinstripe is always thinning. You know that?
Oh, it's fabulous. Pinstripe's the way to go. And as I say, Brooks Brothers, when you buy it at the outlet in Los Angeles, you have to physically carry it to the real store. And you'll see the $399 suits are $800, the same suit in the store. And the reason you go into the store is that's who has the tailor. So I see that. Beautiful.
Which watch?
Oh, the World Time, Archie. Because the other one's going to bulge. Unless you want to be showy, because that one's going to bulge.
Okay, we'll put it in. How's that?
Oh, yeah, you're ready to go. And you did it all on live YouTube. It's amazing.
So we're going to wrap this show up. We've got 8 minutes left there, but this is our segment. I want to say to you, Marcus, I am hoping.
Hold on, may I interrupt? Before we wrap up, can I give a teaser for the next show?
Yes, sir.
This was the most wanted man in the world. His name is Marwin. I had him killed. I was the source for the targeting of Mr. Marwin. He was killed in the Philippines with American assistance in a joint Philippine-American project, and I would love to tell that story.
That'll be fantastic. So what I'm trying to do is we might do a weekly show with you. I love this format. I think an hour show. We don't want it to be too long. We don't want it to be too short. We want it to. So you have dressed me for lunch. Look at that. So
fabulous, Archie. Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say to you, by the way, I will be filming what I'm going to eat for Nelson. Nelson sent me a super chat. Patel Philippe, $2. Marcus, did JFK kill the trend of men wearing hats?
I'm unaware of JFK killing this, but he never wanted to mess his hair. Now, the only time I wear a cap, it's a polo, basically Ralph Lauren baseball cap, but I only do it when my hair's already messed to go pick up the mail or to do a bike ride. But
before you go, what BMWs did you have? What model BMWs did you own?
Always the same one, 318 IC. In fact, I still own the 1997 318 IC convertible that I bought new, that I drove for 4 years as my primary car, and it's parked in the garage, and I have it, and I start it and ride it. It's my backup car. It looks like new because I only drove it as my primary vehicle from 1997 to about 2000 when I got into the Mercedes convertible. So it's here. I've got it.
That
and I
is
had several
fair.
BMWs before that. All of them the 3 Series.
Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Tell me this. What is the any? I just want to say that before we go there, Marcus, it's an absolute pleasure having you here. How would you like to do a show? Weekly, fortnightly, monthly? What would you prefer?
I think weekly is good, and this is a good day. Saturday or Sunday, my time, I'm free.
This is great time for me. Tell me this. I want to ask one tip before you go. Cartier ball pen.
Yes, I know that.
Do I take that with me?
Yes.
Oh,
Archie, hold on. I have that Cartier pen, but in a rubber. That exact pen, I have it with a rubber coating over it, and it's copper underneath. You can't see that. I would put the pen right here in the suit jacket.
Or the fountain pen. This is a Parker Duofold.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fountain pen collector. I'll bring out my collection anytime you'd like it. But no matter.
Are you really a fountain pen collector?
Yes, I will show you my collection. It's masterful. I will tell you, it's dangerous to keep a fountain pen. To this day, it's dangerous. It will leak and you're finished. But I do carry my pens in my suit jacket pocket.
Can I show you my favorite pen?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is my most expensive pen. Okay.
I'll tell you if I have it. I stopped my pen.
Okay. It's a Montegrappa.
Okay, I have a whole bunch of Montegrappas. They're most beautiful. They are the most beautiful.
I'm just trying to find it. Just give me one moment, sir. I'm just trying to find it because just give me one moment. I want to find my Montegrappa because I had. Okay, so what it is? Okay, I'm just trying to find it. I'm not having success.
Yeah,
what it is. It's a Montegrappa Millennium. It was made for the 88th anniversary of Montegrappa, and I'm gonna call it up. I'm just gonna get a Google Images.
Yeah, I'm looking for some. I can't even show a pen. I can't find anything in pictures.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, here it is. I've got it. I'm bringing it up now on the screen.
Oh, and here's the new Porsche.
Oh fuck. Okay, this is my Montegrappa pen. Here you go.
Oh yeah, that's an expensive pen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking expensive. Yeah.
This
is the box. By the way, that's the box, the wooden box. It's like a Rolls-Royce picnic tables.
It's over the top, Archie. I think I've never spent more than.
I thought you said I can never boast too much.
Well, yeah, true. The good move. I have never spent more than $1,000 for a pen. That I'm sure goes well over that.
Look, it's actually a 25-year-old pen. I wanted this one because I had it in the past. But what I love about it is it's so heavy. It's very heavy. Look, I've got about half a dozen quality fountain pens. I've got a Cartier. I've got a couple of Dunhill. I've got the Parker. When I say Parker, it's the Parker Duofold. That's the top of the line Parker.
No, I have 3 Duofolds. I'll bring them out next time. Yeah.
Actually, this Duofold here, this is actually the Greenwich limited edition version. This was done for year 2000. Special. The cap has a special logo on it just for the Greenwich edition.
I'm wondering if was that only in that color?
No, they did it. They did this as standard also, but this one here it comes in a wooden box. It comes in not as nice as the Montegrappa, but it comes in a wooden box.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering if I have that one, but it would have been red. I would have or orangey color.
Yeah, the duofold's a great series. Now we've actually run out of time here. We've run out of time.
Let's end with this one photo I want to show you of a watch. It was my first watch. I got it in
Actually, can I just tell you, stop, before you go on, I've actually owned that model.
1991.
I've owned that model. That's a quartz. I had it in two-tone. That's a quartz moon phase.
Yes. And 91, my father bought it for my graduation. It started my watch collection. I hope
you still have it.
I never bought another watch till 2005. I never took this watch off from 1991 to 2005.
It's two-tone or the solid gold? Sorry, I can't tell from the color.
Sorry, it's solid gold. It doesn't look like solid gold.
Oh, you got a solid gold one. Holy fuck. I only had the two-tone version of that. Yeah. But they were amazing because they're it's a quartz watch. It's a moon phase. They were so fucking elegant. You know what I mean?
Funny story, real quick. So I take it in, I don't know, in 2004 or 3 to Cartier to get a battery, the world's most expensive battery from them, which is like at the time $60 for a battery. So I took it in there and I left, and they have to do it over 3 days, and then you come back. And I went back, and she says to me, that the nice Asian woman that's the manager in Beverly Hills since 91 to 2004, whatever the year this was, she says to me, because she served me, because she remembered me, and she came to the service desk and she said, "That's $4,700." And I said, I only got a battery. And she said, "No, we replaced the moon face. The moon face was wearing out." I said, "Ma'am, look at my receipt. I didn't authorize such a thing. We never discussed it." She said, "Oh my goodness." She leaves. She's back in 5 minutes and she says, "It's on us." So they replaced my entire face, which they claimed was $4,700. And it was true. The gold moon was wearing down, but I never complained. Who's going to complain? They put an entirely new face on by mistake. And
$4,000? Holy fuck, that's scary.
Well, they're nuts. It's Cartier. This watch was $13,000 and change new in 1991.
It's a lot of money.
I put it on my wrist. I never took it off. I pool, shower until 2005.
Oh, it's not really waterproof. Did you know that?
No, it's waterproof.
It's not really waterproof.
It may not be now, but it was. Well, Archie went into the jacuzzi, went into the pool, went everywhere, and I shower every day. And then 2005, I bought my first Rolex at Polachek Jewelers.
I would say that the moon phase, probably a little bit of water damage. Holy fuck, yes.
Oh, well, it's interesting. The watch kept.
That watch has got a little side pusher to adjust the date, hasn't it?
Yes, a gold side pusher, a 14-karat gold, stupid little side pusher to push the date. Yeah.
Guys, that is the Marcus Allen Frishman show. We'll be back next week. I'll have to double check that because I'm in Geneva. It depends on when on my flight. I think we should be able to do it still. Let me just double check, okay? But definitely in 2 weeks' time. I love you, Alan. Marcus, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here, and despite the tongue-in-cheek.
I'm going to run an outro, and then just stay on. Because I want to talk to you, okay? So let me just run the outro, and then we'll just stay here. I'll talk to you. Thank you. See you later.